Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sanctuary. I'm your host, Cruznik X. Once again, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn as a little bit of a trip down memory lane, just to document how much has changed within 10 years of Final Fantasy XIV. A special hello to High Lord Fireaxe. Before this episode started, I derped and forgot to turn on my mic. I only have one job. Anywhoosie. For those of you just joining us, we do have some rules through this trip down memory lane. First and foremost, I will be doing completely new characters up to the envoy quests for each of the starting cities. Second rule is I will only be doing instances through duty support, with the exception of Alliance and normal raids. Yes, I will most likely be doing Bahamut solo, but we'll see what happens. Finally, after the envoy quest, I will be playing as Chris Valentine. However, I will be doing each expansion as the job that our main mascot Meteor wore in each of the expansions. So, in A Realm Reborn, I will be running as Warrior. Heaven's Ward, I will be running as Dragoon. Stormblood, I will be running as Monk and Samurai. Monk for the Alamegan parts and Samurai for the Doman parts. Shadowbringers, I will be running as Dark Knight, even though I haven't played it in forever. And finally, Endwalker as Paladin. So, let's log into Chris Valentino, who we left off with in episode 1A. The old blue screen of block from the PS4. This was I'm also giving a running commentary through this. This was the early days when I actually started recording and streaming through PS4. And oh my god, I hated every time they would freaking block the scene. It was pointless. Anyway, we're back in A Realm Reborn, and I've got 3 Mogmails and several minions I gotta go through. Now, if I recall correctly, I started with the level 5 Gladiator quest back when I first started this. But we're gonna skip over that as soon as I get all my minions up and running. Yay for pointless things, yes! And hello to Lord Fireaxe and Carissa Frulbright, who are both watching me on Twitch. I think I just have a couple more minions and an Aetheryte Pendulum to equip. Alright. We'll worry about the mounts when I actually unlock mounts, because for the rest of this, we're going to be running. Now, before this episode and the last, I did end up doing the level 5 Pugilist quest, so we don't have to worry about that. In fact, we will skip over that entire... We'll skip over that entire waste of time. But if you do want to check out you can check out episode 2A on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, a link will be provided in the top right. Or if you want to check out the actual quest, the actual Gladiator quest line, I am so not on the ball today. Feel free to check it out in the link below or on the top right. I think I can link now. But anyway, so when we left off, we were talking with Papa Shan, who asked who confirmed that the Sultan Sworn hadn't confirmed anything. So we're gonna keep on moving forward and talk to Papa talk to Papa Shun. Chris, I have just this moment. No, the time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you to meet those Sultan Sworn. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see her safe return. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they have found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen, Chris. It must not. I need you to help me find her. Praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanalan is vast, and there are only so many of us. The young nobleman's name is Lady Lilira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultanry. Good luck. All right, we have to go to the Sultanry. Now, I just blazed through, but I'm just going to follow the path over here because either way, we'll still get to the same place. I forgot how choppy my network used to be. Part of me is wondering how quick I'll... Ah, well, Bion beat me to the punch. But yeah, we won't do the tutorials and whatnot, but we will... Oh, Sultanry. Alright, let's do it. Oh. Close special entrances. Bite me and fight me, Fire Axe. Alright, let's get on with it. Or... Okay, there we go.
Oh, Sultanry, hallowed spirit of my line, forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear.
What?
Show yourself.
In retrospect, I probably should have done this in the same lighting, but...
Oh, Lilira? Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one the Papa Shun mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness. You should return with us. The station master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person. Alas, the station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
All right, let's get through this duty. I forget, yeah, gladiators still have Savage Blade, right? How the hell am I missing? Oh. Lovely. It brought friends. Leave the big one to me. You handle the rest. All right, I got second wind. Oh yeah, there is a noticeable difference between... They added the faces to the flavor, no, not the flavor, the overhead text. More of them? Really now, there are limits to our hospitality. Just a little more. And get rid of my auto attack because I don't need to. No to Savage Blade. I could have sworn they still had Savage Blade. Maybe it gets upgraded? I'll have to check later. I finished that a lot faster than I would have in the past. All right, let's fast forward a little bit.
Hear, feel, think.
There we go. Now we have a better comparison. Might be because of graphical updates, but it seems like a fair bit has changed in cutscenes too, but...
Crystal Bearer.
Oh yeah, and I now realize that,
I am Heidelin.
I have the altered thigh boots on. They never rewarded that originally.
Like there once was, that
I don't know
shone
when the altered thigh
in
boots came into play.
Yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life.
Well, at least the lines haven't changed.
I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate. The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them. By thy deeds shall the crystals reveal themselves to thee. Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Okay, there is definitely a fair bit more detail. Most likely it's because I think the Savage Blade became Riot Blade. Okay. I'll definitely have to check when I log in as Chris Valentine, cause...
Go now, my child, and shine thy light on all creation.
It's in the same combo spot. Okay, then... Yeah, then Savage Blade had to have, hit the bricks.
Coming around now.
Was dropped or changed in 5.0. Okay.
Tell me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream? No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt. Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal. But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once. I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
How dare you pass me about like a swaddled babe? I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
And again, fuck you with a chainsaw. Well, yeah, so Savage Blade was dropped or switched up in 5.0, it looks like. Granted, I started this playthrough back during Heaven's Ward, so yeah, it also it also doesn't help that I did this way long ago on crappy networks. At least we got it upgraded for free. I should check and see if the router is out of date now. All right. I'm gonna rewind a little bit. Let's talk to Papa Sean. Thank the gods you've returned! You've had us so worried! You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured or worse? Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief. And so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets.
But I have already given you cause to weep, Papa Sean. You and the people of Ul'dah.
Please, you're not to say such things. We will find it, I swear to you. It is not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way.
I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papa Sean. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in the future.
I forgot how high-pitched Nanamo's voice used to be. I'm glad that they made her sound a little bit older in the later expansions. I cannot thank you enough, Chris. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from voids and fiends. For your gallant service, you should deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder. I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. As for you, Chris, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness to the people of Thanalan as you did to us today. Wow. Oh yeah, they definitely changed up. Now we have a significant change. I just want to rewind a little bit just to show you. Oh, I skipped over it a little bit. So nowadays we get 1,400 experience points for this. We still get the same 132 gil, but I do want to show in this scene. It used to be we got 1,120 experience. This is once again a repeat of how a lot of stuff has changed and how easy it is to quickly level up just from doing the main scenario, as well as your hunting log. But anyways, all right, we didn't unlock Storyteller though, probably because I haven't done so many. I haven't done as many quests. But let's talk to Sisidoa and do step 9, I believe. Yep. You're an adventurer, yes? If you're not otherwise occupied, I've a favor to ask. I've resolved to pay a debt of gratitude, which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I've purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin. Say that 5 times really fast. A particularly popular piece of produce. Fuck tongue twisters. Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines, for which I wait, is late. I would prevail upon you to pick up the pumpkin in my stead and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gagari at the royal plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance. Alright, we'll hop the fence and talk to Gagari.
If Cicidoa doesn't come calling soon, this spectacular specimen shall sadly be past its prime.
Here you go.
Oh, so you're to deliver this decadent delight. I can say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Here is the pumpkin. I hope it meets with Roger's approval. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts, and as such we are always deluged with demand. You know the way to the Coffer and Coffin, correct? It is beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look for a place for the local laborers' lounge.
Alright. Alright, now we're in time. I know I went across the bridge last time, but I'm gonna get these Orobons. Yeah, apparently it is one important pumpkin. Ain't that a trip? Oh, I don't have antling workers on my hunting log. Thought I did. Well, I don't, so. Of course, I had to stop and do every hunting log only because it allowed me to level up back then. Alright. Let's talk to Roger. Drink for you, laddie. You won't get better ale or spirits for your coin than me, place. What's that? We Cicidoa asked you to bring this here to me. Ha! So even that foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried his drink-sodden arse back home. But hell's an honest-to-God's pumpkin from the royal plantations? I can't wait to see what the cooks will do to her. The lads here scoff down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'd be good to get more vegetables in their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Thanks for the help, laddie. Alright, now what was the next quest? Oh! Okay, stop, pause, back it up. Alright, here's a quest that's missing from the main scenario. Disorderly conduct. We used to have to do a couple more quests before we even got to the point where we are now in the main scenario currently. In disorderly conduct, we actually had to take orders. Now I'm just going to show it off in small skips. So we had 3 people we had to serve. The 3 guys in the bar to begin with, and then Adelfunds, who you might have noticed was outside the bar. But back in the day, we had to run. Oh, no, we didn't have to run. But back in the day, we had to run all the way up. And I do remember this, and I swear to God, this is true. We had to run all the way up this hill, up and around to the top of the building in order to get Adolphin's order. Because he used to stand either right here or right at the top of the peak. It was crazy. Oh, and I did mention it earlier, and I did mention it in this juncture. And this is where I actually, I decided to stop and do a fate. One of the more common ones around here. And then remembering that I don't have, as much defense as I think I do, I kind of ran off. Man, was Paladin that weak back in... Oh my god, Flash! Oh my god, Flash! Stop. Okay, for those of you who don't remember or don't know what Flash is, Flash used to be Paladin's and Gladiator's main source of group AoE aggro. Oh god. It was such a bitch to deal with this. And aggro was so hard to keep. That was the biggest bitch of it all, was like aggro was so hard to keep in place. Yeah, flash, attack, flash. Oh, what a bitch that was. Anyway, deliver the order slips to Roger, and then we got to until a quieter time. Oh, and until a quieter time, we used to have to, before we could even go to Blackbrush Station, we had to kill some antlings. Oh my god, Orion Darkstar. I wonder how he's doing. I should hit him up on Steam. Man, so many. I should hit up Yoruichi too. I haven't talked to him in a while. Anyway, so those two quests were replaced with Prudence at this juncture before long, and the fate system. You know what, before I even do anything else, UI settings, display active help windows off. Whoops, did not want that. Yeah, this is all good. Good. All right, so we had to go to Warren to begin with. But yeah, we didn't get to him until like much later, so. But looking for work, perchance? So, oh, you could. Wow. Wow, Warren was a freaking douche back in A Realm Reborn. I forgot. All right, now we have Prudence at this junction. Wheatstone torches are cell swords hired by Amagina and Sons. Sorry, I just want to say, before we continue, it just goes to show that a lot has changed. Like, Warren had such a hostile first impression originally, but now he's just like a basic NPC now. And that kind of, even though it's nice not to have to kill antlings for their mandibles because they only dropped on like some of the occasions, Part of me kind of wishes they kept it because, you know, we're still kind of proving our worth, you know? But to each their own. Anyway, Wheatstone torches are sellswords hired by Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern to protect its interests. Our primary duty here is to keep the tracks clear of pests, and it's for this purpose that we require your aid. I should point out, however, that it can be messy work, and liable to get messier if you're ill-prepared. So, a single piece of gear can mean the difference between life and death. I'll not have it on my conscience that I sent an ill-equipped adventurer to an untimely demise. Oh yeah, they changed his lines a fair bit. He used to say that you have proven that you have some skill at arms because you killed the antlings. But then he would want to inspect your gear. See to it that your arms and armor are in order. When you're ready, present yourself to me again. Alright, so this is the point where I had to present for inspection. So we have our item level 5 stuff. Oh yeah, I struggled on this one. I remember. I had little to no guild in my name, so... I forget what I did here. Did I just buy what I needed? Oh yeah, ugh! That gear. Oh my god. Oh god, look at that gear. Oh my god, it was so bad. Oh god. I look like a poof. And purple. Don't forget there was purple in there. Oh, yo, hold up. There's another thing that's missing. There's another thing I just noticed that's in here that has been taken out. TP. Oh my god. For those of you who don't know what the fuck TP is, TP or technical points were just, everything was linked to Oh, Moses is here. Oh, Moses is here. I gotta pull him in. Hold up. Where is he? Where's Discord? Fuck. I know I'm padding out the episode with pulling people in, but hold on. I'm gonna pull him into. I gotta hit him up in Facebook. Oh, hey Fireaxe, give me a sec to switch over to my there we go. What's good? Yep. Oh, so am I. Oh yes, belts. Oh my god, belts. Oh, what a clusterfuck that was. For those of you who didn't join until after Endwalker, belts were actually a thing in this clusterfuck, and they had no real value to them, except to add more materia to a build. It was such bullshit. But still, let's go back to the gear for a second. I want to say who in their right mind would wear something like this in the battle. but I've seen some shit in my time. But hold up. What was that gear piece again? Why did I take off the Helm of Light? It was item level 11. Oh, it was the Hempen Acton. That thing looks so fucking ugly. Okay, so I got rid of my weathered short sword just so I could have enough gear. Oh my god, and there was yellow in it. Oh my god, fuck me. Okay, that's enough of, killing time with the banes of my existence. But yeah, one thing that hasn't changed though is Monk's first combo. Or wait. Actually, it may have changed a little bit in the past. Speaking of which, Fyrax, where's your brother? Fyrax? Okay. Fair enough. All right, let's get back to now that we've padded this episode out talking about shit. Let's continue. So, are you ready for inspection? Yeah, and I look better than I did in the past. Good. Everything seems in order. Yet know that naught is guaranteed in this world. Fate is a fickle mistress, after all. At any rate, capable adventurers like you are few and far between. And I would not have you throw your life away. I've had to bury too many comrades who brushed aside cracks in their hauberks and dints in their helms. No matter what you face, do not disregard the importance of gear. I don't want to wear the hempen action. At least it's in black this time around. I still look like a poof. True. Anyway, we talked to Warren, and the next quest is out of house and home. Yep. Let's get to it then, shall we? All wagons pass through this station every day, but not without incident. Wagons coming and going from the dispatch yard to the south must pass through a tunnel by Fesca's watch. A tunnel in which some genius saw fit to put an ore storehouse, creating ideal conditions for a goblin nest. So now the ore-loving beasts have taken up residence in a tunnel we dug, and we're practically delivering meals to their doorstep. But no more. Inside the tunnel in question, you'll find a narrow fissure where the goblins hide. Use the silver ore cluster to lure out the creatures, then slay them. At the very least, I didn't have to freaking get rid of my altered thigh boots. I forgot the base gear used to be lower in item level. So far, so good. Though, admittedly, I had to dodge a lot more than I did back then. Oh, and another thing I didn't do back then that I didn't do now is attune to the fucking aetheryte. Yeah, well, I didn't remember Chocobo Porter either, so. Well done. It shan't be... It shan't be easy work to keep the tunnel free of goblins, but our wagon should be able to go unmolested for a time. Disruptions to ore shipments threaten not only the entrance of Amagina and Son's mineral concern, but of Uldar herself. One might liken these train tracks to the veins that bear our nation's lifeblood. Only we had more men like you to lend a hand. Okay, this is another significant change. They changed the rewards of this quest. It used to be that you could choose between a copper gorget, a bone necklace, and Alagan bronze pieces, but now they offer you weapons. And I'm gonna take the leather Himantes because reasons. And now I have leg sweep. And now I have the Storyteller achievement. Okay, where is... Okay, and another missing quest, Sprigging Cleaning. It used to be that, we had to clear the tracks of Spriggans because they were another race that actually likes, you know, stealing ore or eating it. So we had to run all the way down these train tracks and clear out any Spriggans we might find. Man, this takes... Okay, so... Yeah, that was definitely a thing. Also, hey Corlash, how's it going? Fair enough. Alright, then we talked to Warren and, and that's where we got our Himantes, or our bastard sword, and now we go to Zuzumeda. Ah, the altruistic adventurer. I was hoping we'd bump into each other. Why? Because the most fascinating piece of news recently reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. May I? Rumor has it that there is a vast untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of Sildir. But that is not all. Inconceivably, the concern appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence. And even as we speak, a young upstart, a self-made merchant from Stone's Throw of all places, is moving to claim it. The fellow's name is Wyston, and he is a very, very ambitious young man. Not only does he intend to secure exclusive excavation rights, but they say his master plan is to use his new fortune to curry favor with the Sarkarium. Of course, the thaumaturges only consider the opinions of the most wealthy when drafting the laws of Uldar. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay a sultan's ransom. One voice which is invariably heard belongs to Lord Lolorito. He has long lavished skill upon the thaumaturges, and some claim that he devises new laws with the express intention of ruining his competitors while protecting his own interests. Suffice it to say, if Wyston thinks he can compete with the likes of the Syndicate, he's in for a rude awakening. But that eventuality may yet be a little way off. For the present, he is moving ahead with his plans and assembling a team to survey the site. I'm told he's at the Coffer and Coffin right now, recruiting able-bodied adventurers to escort his prospectors. Warren said you were looking for work. Perhaps you should meet Wyston and volunteer for this expedition. Yeah, I definitely can't forget Wyston. Especially because he asked me to deliver cookies. Come to join. Sorry, but you're too late. Some brass blades looking for extra coin volunteered, and the team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If you're interested, there's something else you can do for me. There are these children outside. Little ones from Stone's Throw. I look after them when I've time to spare, and so they've taken to following me around even when I tell them not to. But what with overseeing the search for the vein, I barely have a chance to visit the privy at the moment, much less entertain younglings. Can you give them these ginger cookies and convince them to go home for me? I might as well get some experience from this fate. At least it'll be quicker than I always save the small little Lalafell girl for last, only because she always saves her cookie for her brother, and I think it's adorable. But I am not in the mood to be voicing children today, so... we're just gonna blaze through this part. Alright. Now let's talk to Wyston. Thank you, adventurer. I only wish I could do more. Stone's Throw is no place for a child. Not that my childhood was much happier. Never enough food to go around, nor work to earn it, but no shortage of contempt from the great and the good. I can remember thinking things could only get better. Yet now, after the calamity and everything else, for us refugees to be forced to live outside the gates like bloody beastmen is a disgrace. They say with enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and do just that. I'll buy the excavation rights and start my own mining business. Then I'll give my fellow refugees the work they're crying out for, and pay them fairly. The mining companies have profited from our suffering for too long, but in their hubris, they've grown complacent, presenting us with a golden opportunity. And we will take it, adventurer. We will reclaim our dignity, and with it, our place within those walls. We found her! We found the vein! Wyston, you must come and see! Already? Amazing! We leave at once. You should join me, my friend. Come and bear witness to history in the making. Is it bad that I honestly forgot this side path was here? Yeah, I guess it's a good thing I decided to start recording it back during Heaven's Ward. Remember when I used to run as Bion Oronir? Those were the days. I'm still... And even then I took out the Spriggan Grave Robbers. Well, I needed it for my hunting log to begin with. In fact, what level was I at the time? I think I was level 9. I can't even tell from the small font. But yeah, now we talk to Wyston. Those balls, son. A van of order in the middle of a ruined bloody city? God's damned idiot. What did you think was gonna happen? That you'd strike it rich and get cozy with the order while the masters of Uldar looked on? No one crosses the syndicate. The syndicate? Ha! Finally sunk in, has it? Well, look at this. Not all your friends have deserted you, it seems. Lucky boy. Now you won't have to die alone. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. Who's that spouting gibberish? Saw yourself! This ain't part of the plan! Bloody hells, does Lord Lorito mean to kill us too? Alright. Let's see how fast we can cut this guy down. You are strong. Are you strong enough to withstand this? Honestly, I'm halfway done with this already. If it wasn't for blind, I'd actually be done. Impossible. Never has the golem been so sorely tested. The power creep. It is real. I had a lot harder time with it as a gladiator back in Heaven's Ward. But the golem could be vanquished. That man is no ordinary adventurer. Part of me wishes I had known about the Eorzean time beforehand, but damn, seems I've missed all the fun. I see you didn't need my help this time. And now for a flashback courtesy of the Echo, which we didn't know about until later in this quest. I would compose a ballad in your honor, but I fear no words would do you justice. The songstress of Ul'dah herself could not rival your beauty.
Oh, stop it.
I have oft heard it said that a blossom's beauty can move a man to love and long. But I never truly believed it until I met you two desert roses. I hear they attacked another caravan. Aye, and business is suffering for it. Bloody Amalja. What stirred him up, do you reckon? Another raid. And I'll wager that caravan was carrying crystals, much like the last. If they truly mean to summon a primal, we must act quickly.
Are you coming, love? You wouldn't keep a girl waiting, would you?
Perish the thought. So tell me, where in this marvel of a city might you lovely ladies be staying? Everyone's favorite man whore. At this rate, grain will soon be more precious than gold. A result of the uncommonly bad harvest, to be sure. And we have you to thank for them, do we not? Aye, this weakening of the etheric flow must sorely be linked to Dalamud's descent. And of course, to the primals. A fine mess. But we must not lose hope. Louisoix will know what to do. We need only trust in his judgment. Truly a marvel of Charlian ingenuity. It's as if I could reach out and touch the ether. Time to focus. No more gallivanting about like before. The Cylons are counting on you. Have faith. Just have faith. You can do this. This disturbance is recent. The Sultan Tree? Maybe Papashan will know something of it. Looks like they gave you quite a thrashing. Can you walk? It's me. I was too late. Our person of interest had already quit the scene. The General? Very well. I shall be there anon. My colleagues went to great lengths to provide me with the means to detect etheric disturbances, but every time I find one, you seem to be in the middle of it. I'm starting to wonder if it might not be simpler just to follow you around. Sadly, I have business elsewhere. Tread softly, my friend. The carefully laid trap you dismantled was clearly sanctioned by Lord Lolorito. I heard the Blades mention him as they fled. Believe me when I tell you that he is not a man to be trifled with. The Sultana's enemies grow bolder by the day, and I suspect they have the support of outside forces. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, those bastards would surely have slaughtered us all.
I would speak with you further, but it isn't safe for us to linger here. Find me at the Coffer and Coffin later. Until then, stay safe. I shall accompany Wyston and his men. They need protection, and I need more information. Ah, but where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Thancred, a humble scholar surveying the flow of ether in Thanalan. It is an honor and a privilege to make your acquaintance. I hope when next we meet it is under more auspicious circumstances. Farewell. Wait a moment. It occurs to me that we may have... Never mind. Fare thee well. Okay, so I want to... While we're running back to Ul'dah, I want to... just make the quick mention that that last line, those last two lines, could have probably be referring to two things. Or two separate but equal things. First and foremost, he probably forgot that he met us when saving Lady Lilira for a minute, but the more obvious and probably better what's the word I'm looking for? Yeah, the option that makes the most sense is probably because when they had written A Realm Reborn, they did it with 1.0 in mind. So that legacy players, because later near the end of 2.0, if you are a legacy player, and I learned this later, I learned this much later, eventually everyone remembers thanks to Heidelin's intervention. Just some interesting food for thought. Anyway. 12 bless you, my friend. You risked your life to save ours. Betrayed by my own gods. Gods, I was a fool to trust those men. Lolorito owns the goddamn brass blades. I should have questioned their motives from the start. Even so, I could hardly have predicted that the wealthiest man in Ul'dah would want me dead for the heinous crime of seeking to change the law. I'm just a merchant, for God's sakes. That ruthless bastard. And what of that monstrosity? Those were his own men. It beggars belief. Well, that's it. I'm finished. If I stay in Ul'dah any longer, I'm as good as dead. My associates, my friends, gods, even the children may not be safe if I don't disappear. And you, gods damn it, if Lolorito learns of your involvement, you'll be next. I'll speak with the others and make sure your part in this stays secret. Beyond that, I don't know what to suggest. Maybe you should seek the counsel of Mistress Momody. She's helped countless adventurers in her time. Perhaps she'll know what to do. Go quickly now, my friend. Lolorito's spies may be watching. Alright, let's pop a return. Oh yeah, Adventurers Guild. But thank the 12 for quick load times. Alright. And we speak with Momody. Settle down, Chris. You've got nothing to worry about. No one seems to know you were at the ruins. Wyston, on the other hand, is now a pariah. About as welcome around here as a rabid wolf, poor bugger. Suffice to say, the boy risked the wrath of the wrong man. Lord Lolorito, chairman of the East... Oh, Lord Lolorito, chairman of the East Aldenar Trading Company, generous contributor to the Order of Nalthal, and member of the Syndicate. Didn't get where he is by leaving loose ends, that one. Which is why he ain't above killing his own men. Hells, even if those blades knew what was coming, it's not like they could refuse to do their benefactor's bidding. Don't let this color your view of old Arcris. It's true that there are some here who ain't afraid to crack a few skulls if it gets them what they want. But most of us are decent folk just trying to make ends meet. You know, a lot of people would call you a damn fool for risking your life to save a marked man. But I believe you did a good thing, Chris. And for that, you have my respect. Listen, you've been through a lot lately. Why don't you rest a spell? I'll have the boys at the Hourglass set you up with a room. My treat. Just have a word with Otapa Potopa whenever you feel like staying. And when you've got your appetite for adventuring back, consider taking on a guild level 2. We've a lot of requests from locals looking to hire adventurers for various jobs. It'd be a good way for you to earn yourself some extra gil. Eustace can tell you more about how the system works, so go and speak with him if you're interested. And now we have access to recommendations, guild levs, and an in-room. Finally. But that ends this trip down memory lane and the recap of episode 2A. We will come back to Orda in a couple of episodes, but for now, we are going to take a quick break. And we will be back with more in a bit. So, if you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned for more. But if you haven't done it yet, hit that follow button and turn on notifications so you're well informed. If you're watching on YouTube and you like this video, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more. Click here to watch the full trip down memory lane. And click here to watch the next episode when it comes out. Until then, we'll see you in a bit.